2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is thrilled to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. And we've got final round coverage coming your way right now. Hello everyone, I'm Luke Elvey. Alongside me in the booth is Rich Beam. It's great to have your company on 2K Sports. Following all the action out on the course is Henny Koyak and John McCarthy. Let's get out to the action. Oh, this championship's got so much history, so much prestige, and I can't wait to see who wins it this year. Okay, he's got that one in the air, heading out onto the fairway, and that's going to set the tone for the day. Setting up in the first cut. I think he's caught that one quite nicely. Yeah, a quality shot from him. He'll be pleased. And just about 8 feet left to the hole.
This for a birdie.
Just a tiny putt is all that remains. Now that's got to be frustrating. Hit such a great approach shot in, but wasn't able to convert. Rich, if you missed a birdie opportunity at the first, you've certainly got one here at the second.
Yeah, it's par 5. It's pretty much just straight away. You got to avoid those bunkers down the left-hand side. For those players laying up, you got to lay it up shy of the big bunker down the right-hand side. This green sits ever so slightly above the fairway, and again, they're just not that big of targets. It really is a cool golf course designed by Pete Dye.
And let's take a look at this shot from just a moment ago.
Tell you what, from the fairway bunker, this is one you got to keep your eyes on.
Okay, time to return to the action. So exciting to have an eagle putt here. Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
38 feet to the cup from here. This is going to be good.
Starting this one way out to the right. That one's going to turn out pretty well, I think. Just 3 feet to the cup. And that will take him now to 1 under for the event. The third hole is a long par 3 measuring 230 yards.
Be careful of the wind here. You can't always feel it, as those trees on the left sometimes block it out. Missing it right is an obvious no-no, but missing it left is no guaranteed of an up and down either. The green slopes away pretty severely over there.
Henny, take us through the break on this putt.
This is such a tough read. It looks straight all the way, and then it will be right.
Ooh. That's just about 3 feet away. That's the cardinal sin, leaving it short in the heart. And finishing this hole with a tap-in putt. And unfortunately dropping back to even par there.
Unfortunately backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
TPC Louisiana might be known as a birdie fest. However, you're going to find plenty of challenges, including the par 4 fourth.
How can bunkers that are so minuscule be so agonizing? That's exactly what these are down the left-hand side of the fourth hole. You avoid those, and you get a good look at the green for your second shot that gently works away from the player.
He's setting up for his second shot. 4 shots behind our leader. This one needs to kick left. Okay, it's out of the bunker. He'll be all right with that, but still some work to do on the green here. Putting for birdie.
Starts off looking good. Yeah, that was really nicely judged from there.
And that brings to an end that hole. Now 4 back after that hole. Rich, the 5th is a shortish par 4 by today's standards, but still enough there to mess with your ball.
Players want to move the tee shot from right to left on this hole because there's some trees on the tee box that'll kind of force you that direction. So driver may not be the play. The second shot, however, that's where it gets interesting. This green absolutely belongs in a skate park. This has more humps and bumps and wobbles in it. It is a very cool design.
Playing from around 160 yards. 4 strokes off the lead. That's well played, pin high. That's the mark of a ball striker. Just 9 feet remaining to the hole. Oh, what a putt. And that will take him to 1 under. Tiger Woods back in his familiar spot, currently on top spot as we pause for a look at the leaderboard. Attaboy, good shot. Rich, every time we get the chance to wax lyrical about Tiger Woods, you think, how else can we sing his praises? How can we eloquently describe one of the greatest careers in the history of sports?
Luke, I don't know how you say anything more about Tiger that hasn't been said or written or shown. I mean, if you look at the history books, his name comes up a lot. And for good reason. You know, the numbers are astounding. The major victories are astounding. You know, this guy, it wouldn't surprise me if a spaceship came down and he decided to just walk on it and fly back to his home planet. He's just otherworldly like that. And the way that he's gone through his entire career and time again produce when you think, well, no, he can't do this again. Well, okay, yes, he can. It's phenomenal. I just got to say that I am so privileged to have played against the man, beat him once. I made it count, however, but I mean, just to play in his era was, I tell stories about it for my end of days.
He's currently in second place on the leaderboard.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
The 8th is a short par 4, Rich, and modern players are starting to try to drive this green.
They are, although I don't quite see it that way. It's such an easy second shot. If you just lay it up short of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, you're not going to have much more than a flip sand wedge, gap wedge maybe, to a green that once again has a lot of movement to it. Great touch here, Luke. Watch this.
And back to the play, shall we? A few shots under par at the moment. And that was a bit of a misfire.
What a shame. Has hit a lot of greens today, just not on this occasion.
Guys, this could go.
And that should secure the par on this one. And as we check the standings, our featured player is holding down second place behind the all-time great Tiger Woods. The front 9 finishes in a unique style, a par 3 of 210 yards length.
This is actually a par 3 on the card, but most players look at it as a par 4 because there is nothing simple about this hole. If you bail out to the right, you're going to fall off into a low area where it's nearly impossible to chip it up close without taking a risk. So most players are just resigned to making 4 and moving on.
Now on the tee after a birdie, fired up and ready for more. Good shot there, Beamer. Johnny Mack, what's the news?
Well, you're just in time for Tony Finau's next shot here on the 5th.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. Second shot here on the 10th hole. Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, but not so on this occasion.
How close was that to going down? And he needs this to save par. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Leading by a shot after that hole. This hole is a par 5. Oh, that is crushed. Time for the second shot at the 11th. Maybe going for the green, are we? Wonderfully played. Nice recovery effort there. That should help save his par. 3 feet to go here to the hole.
Who doesn't love a birdie putt?
And after that hole, they're currently in first place with Victor Hovland in second. Well, the 12th is certainly one of the stronger holes on the back nine. This par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
You want to try and hug the left-hand side as best you can to shorten up the hole as much as you can, but still avoid that bunker if at all possible. Second shot, the green up there sits a little bit caddy corner to the players, so working the golf ball in there for left to right for your second shot would be the play.
This is his second shot. He's got a 2-stroke buffer. Opting for the 6 iron.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Always nice to have a birdie putt. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Rich, the 13th is a short par 4, but a really good one, depending on how much you want to take off.
There's really no real reason to go right at the green, Luke, with a tee shot, even if you have the power to get there, because you just can't stop it on the green. If anything, you want to hit it out to the right, where your next shot is going straight up the green. This is a very flat green, but is perched well above the fairway. It's a wonderful birdie opportunity.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? There's a lot of players out on tour that it's impossible to cheer against, but Tony Finau has to stand at the highest, doesn't he? He's a family man, he's a fun guy, he loves to dance, he's got a groove, he's got a swagger about him, and here he is once again delighting the fans.
Who says nice guys don't finish first has never met Tony Finau. Probably the most well-liked man on the PGA Tour. If you don't like Tony Finau, then I don't like you. Right? I mean, he's just this great character. I mean, and you see the smiles, but you know underneath, ooh, he wants to rip your heart out. He's got more passion for the game, I think, than anybody out there. And you can see it. You can see the intensity when he's hitting the shot. But as soon as it's over with, it's just all smiles once again. I can't say enough great things about this man. I love him to tears. And I'm always rooting for him. He's a guy that I want to root. I want to see him win more and more and more.
He sits in first position. The 15th is certainly no cakewalk either. A par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
This is the time where you need to have the best drive of the day. Take it out to the right. Avoid the bunkers down the left-hand side. And the green, once again, it's got some movement into high spot in the front, a low area, and then a high area in the back. When the pin's all the way back, good luck making 4.
Oh, that's outstanding. Another great shot by our leader. Chance to move to 8 under here. And our man on the ground, John McCarthy, has been giving us some great reads all day. What's this one doing, mate?
Well, it looks like this one's going left to right.
Well, let's get back out and see what Rose Zhang's been up to. Fine shot from our player currently chasing the leader. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. Rich, just 3 holes to go here at TPC Louisiana, and what a finish it is. A great short 4 at 16.
Luke, this is something special here. You can go for it if you want, but you better be mindful of that water up and around the green. Just lay it up out to the left, and you shouldn't have anything more than a pitching wedge to this minuscule green.
Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
He's got 10 feet here. I think he likes it.
A chance for a birdie if this goes down.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
That's a disappointing par in the end after such a terrific shot in. Let's head over to the 13th. Tony Finau steadying himself over the ball. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Time to take a look at the leaderboard, and it's a 4-stroke buffer for our leader. This 17th hole is a par 3. Going with the hybrid. Okay, that'll work. There's part of about 6 feet coming up.
A good look at par here.
You'll like the look at where he's standing on this leaderboard. The finishing hole at TPC Louisiana, in my opinion, Rich, is a great one because, again, you can have anything from eagles all the way through to bogeys and worse.
Just avoid those little pot bunkers down the left-hand side, and you might be able to give it a whirl in two. However, you got to be careful to, A, not miss it right, obviously, but even going too far left, you can really get an uncomfortable pitch shot from a low area left of the green.
Okay, aggressive play, going for it.
Well, that's a tremendous shot and sets up a wonderful opportunity.
2 big hits there, knocking it on this par 5 and 2.
Here's a putt to finish his round with the clubhouse lead. And he's down there. You got a read?
Yeah, it's hard to even stand straight on this slope. Big right to left break.
This is from miles away. This is what's remaining for an impressive 64. That's a shame. Comes up shy. He sinks his final putt and with it grabs the clubhouse lead. That's good playing, but here comes the rest of the field looking to finish up their round. Rich, there are some victories that stand out in your mind, and this one for me seems to be like that. That was a high-quality performance under all that duress.
Luke, impressive win all around. I got to say, a gutsy performance at the end of the tournament. Final 9 holes. Job well done.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Kuyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports.